going here? All right. Sorry, moving. We cool. Okay, cool. Welcome back to the Willis Podcast. Yeah, I had to take a little bit off. Uh, had to straighten some things out, with me some rest. It's very important to get some rest, man. Very important to take care of yourself, because that's paramount for real, though. So yeah, we back. We got a good show. We got a great show actually. We're gonna talk about what we have to flex. Oh, we choppy. Well, we have to empower ourselves. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Seems like we've been a little choppy. I'm gonna take it easy. We're gonna ride out the show. So how y'all doing? Anyway, let's see what's going on. We may have to close out. Open anything. So we got process. Yeah, a little too choppy. I don't like it. Maybe looking cool. A little fresh. All right, that's much better. Looking like we're moving better. Well, guys, appreciate you for tuning into the show, and thank you for surviving these technical difficulties with me. But nevertheless, let's get it started. So check it out. The one thing we have to worry about is putting yourself in a position to not have any power. And when you put yourself in a position to not have any power, that's when you don't know yourself. You're always thrown off track. You're a little disoriented. You know what I'm saying? Things don't go. Let me check my mic real quick too while I'm at it. Yeah, okay. No, wait a minute. Hold on. Wrong too. That was wrong one, right? All right, we're good to go now. Okay. Okay, we solid. Okay. So check it out. Flexing your power. When you flex your power, on the Willis podcast, you got to understand real power is not fake power. It's not loud power, not social media power, not inner power. Well, actually, it is inner power discipline, presence, knowledge, restraint, and self command. How can you practice anything in life without actually demanding the most and the best from yourself? That's about as much as you can ask for yourself when you put yourself in a position to demand better for yourself. That gives you a way better pivot and an advantage with dealing with flexing your power, your strength, your abilities. How do you gain abilities? You gain abilities by having simply an interest. And that interest become a passion and growth is added. But let's walk into it though. A lot of people think power is domination, intimidation, money, shouting and controlling others and all of that old crazy shit. But real power is being able to control yourself. your actions and what you do. You know what I'm saying? When you stand on truth, move with a purpose, and not fold under pressure. So you got to stand on something, and that's how you started. That's how you start understanding what you completely are. That's when you can understand how to actually master yourself. Now that's the greatest right there. The mastery of self is the greatest attribute of all. It's control. It's not showing off, not forcing people, not pretending. You know what I'm saying? Real power is knowing who you are and how to move in your life. You dig? So tonight on the on the Willis podcast, we're gonna talk about flexing your power. But what is the power? What is power really? Is it noise? Is it money? Is it status? Is it real power? Is it self-control, wisdom, the ability to stand tall within the damn world we live in? Begging the world for validating yourself. You can't beg the world to validate you when you can only simply practice and be. See, we live in a world full of mediocre people, mediocre mindsets. Because, and I'm not talking as if people are dumb, stupid, or no. They like to treat people nasty, or as if what they think or what they matter is more through trickery. So let's talk about it. Power starts with self-control, first and foremost. When a person starts being, even if you're on your job or you talking to a person, if you got a business, if you're running a business, you want a person that has what? Self-control. You want a person that you can communicate with, do business with, operate with, without feeling objectified or without feeling like someone is trying to take advantage of you, trying to get over on you. So it starts with self-control. Self-control gets you in the door of any organization. If your emotions control you, your power is extremely weak. If you allow your emotions or how much you can't stand doing something, if you can't stand repetition, you're weak. That's weakness. That is exhibiting weakness as a person. Because you're not getting to a point to where you got anything that you could stick to. You can't stick to it. So your emotions make you weak. Knowledge is power only if you apply it. So a lot of people, you can have all this knowledge, whatever. What have you achieved? What have you done? What have you focused on? What have you allowed yourself to accomplish? Again, allow yourself to accomplish. Discipline is a flex. Discipline is a flex because it's something that it's a hard characteristic to obtain. A lot of people lack discipline. A lot of people lack understanding. And it's their own damn fault in a lot of ways because you have to stick to something in order to understand something. You got to put some time in behind it. Time, effort, and energy. And if you can't do that, some people won't be able to do that because of a lack of a proper diet, not getting the right rest, trying to follow other people or or put other people's needs before your own. Again, this is one of them shows where I tell you, you have to take care and love yourself before you can do that for anyone else. It's kind of how they go. But okay, let's check it out. Silence can be extremely powerful. See, a lot of people that's all loudmouth and got to talk and flex all the time and got to show you and this and that, and they can't be real. They can't connect. They can't be a real thorough person. They can't be a person that's just authentic and be themselves and entertain you. They need so much fluff. You dig? So much fluff. So silence can also be a power. Silence can be a power because it gives you the ability to focus, listen, learn, renew your thoughts, reflect even. Reflection is extremely a powerful tool. The reason why reflection is a powerful tool because you can allow yourself to see and uncover things that you may have missed before. That's why you get aha moments. But walking away can also be power. People that try to provoke you and try to make you act out, they try to make you, they try to make you the villain when you've been victimized. So in this game, you get to see people play the game of victim and victimizer. You want to be the perpetrator, and as soon as you get caught with your hands on some shit, don't punch me, all that jazz, stuff like that. So I wanted to get into some current events, but man, it's kind of hard to keep up with the shit Trump be doing and what's going on in the world. You have so much going on. It's crazy. So the Supreme Court justice with birthright citizenship, Trump storms out. He just hauls ass. Just pissed off and just hauls ass. And then you got what else, man? He just into so much shit. It's ridiculous. This is like, that is not how you flex power. He is a complete disaster, a reflection of power, or what power even is supposed to exhibit. It's awful. It makes America look extremely weak, dirty, and dumb. Scatterbrain all over the place, trying to cover up shit all the time. And it's just more shit keeps coming out. Do you know like 230,000 criminal cases, white collar crime, business, high profile, government officials, all of it. 230,000 court cases. Whew. Say, no, we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna focus on immigration. Man, boy, I tell immigrants. They wanted to focus on immigrants. It's all over Politico. Y'all need to check those articles out on Politico. It's crazy. You should read for yourself. Just giving you a source where you can check out these articles. That's just crazy. But back to the show. Not reacting to foolishness is a power. See, sometimes people want a reaction out of you because they want you to feed into their shit. They want you to feed into their fairy tale, their narrative. Miserable people do love company, and hateful people love to be loved. But they want to hate everybody else. Oh my God, it's terrible. It's awful. It's not a way to conduct your life, but to each his own, But check this out. We was talking about walking away can be a power. And not reacting to foolishness is another power. They kind of go one and the same. See, if you know you're not going to be effective with a person and you're starting a conversation with a person, but they're going to start off lying and they're going to be insistent on a lie, I advise you to just walk away. There's no use. There's no sense into it. There's not a real, you're never going to get any traction because they study the state of confusion and will keep you in a state of perpetuatory confusion because they won't commit to a subject line. They won't even they won't commit to the argument. They won't, because they're gonna lie. They're gonna lie their way out of anything. So it's not even worth having a conversation with some people because they have no basis of truth. And look at all these people on YouTube that run around out here. It's just crazy. And I guess they'll just do anything for a click. I'm talking about the walking is big and there's contradictions on the damn planet. It's crazy. It's crazy shit ever. Protecting your peace is a power. That's what a lot of this really results down to. What you really want to always do is protect your peace. And that's why you have to pay attention to certain things in your life because sometimes things or people are in your life to rob you from your peace. They're always keeping up some shit. They always got something going on that's negative. Never a positive moment. It's always confusion. Beware those kind of people. That shit ain't interesting. It start off as, oh, that's cute, but then that shit gets real old real quick. I'm telling you. You don't want that. You don't want that type of energy on a continuum around you because you're never going to get anything accomplished. You're going to stay in a perpetuated state of confusion. It's not fair for yourself or people around you. Real power does not always need an audience. Of course, I want an audience. This is YouTube. Yeah, I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm saying. Of course I do. But real power, sometimes, when you're doing that the back end work, you need an audience for that. If you got a day job, you need an audience for that. Do you need an attaboy just for you to do what you're supposed to do? See, being a self-starter, a person that knows how to motivate themselves, move, know how to practice an amount of discipline to where they are so good at their repetitional routine that it gets them in the mood every day to get their job or get their task accomplished. That's very important. And that's the skill set you should work on. Not, a lot of people don't want to work on those skill sets because they're too busy trying to live a luxurious life. You want to avoid pain. You want to avoid all of that. Yeah. Well, what if you can't? Well, I came from that, really? Okay, some people just know how to tell good lies. But anyway, um, check this out. You could say that many people imitate power. They do. They imitate who they truly are. They imitate what they do for a living. They imitate how much money they got. They imitate who they want to be. So you can tell them and give you some attributes about these people. They're extremely loud and not effective. They're aggressive and not stable. Flashy, not grounded. Influential online, but powerless in real life. Think about it. You think about the different comparisons and people that can that flex real power, like when they're calm under pressure, practice the ability to think extremely clearly, able to lead, able to say no, able to say, I need to be alone, and able to be alone, able to build without an applause. See, sometimes you have like me, I'm an engineer. Sometimes it takes a quiet place and a lot of focus to get things accomplished that need to get accomplished. Doesn't require applause at all. Able to suffer and still stand. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, for real though. See, the real flex in life is extremely, it has to do with being able to move, being not be moved by nonsense. Just, you can't be moved by nonsense. You have to figure out how to navigate past it, avoid it. Power without control is weakness in disguise. A whole bunch of people talking loud and saying nothing. That's basically what the hell that is. So, to be honest with you, your power is not in a flex. The power is in what you know about yourself. The power is in how you take care of yourself. The power is how you take care of your mind. What you put into your mind. I promise you that's where your power comes from, or is where your power is depleted. Also, what you put in your gut, your stomach. In your mind and in your stomach is where your power lies. In your mind and in your stomach. Your first and your second mind. Truth be told. Ah, excuse me. So I'm gonna leave you with this because this one wasn't supposed to be a very, very long show, but I'm gonna leave you with this. Do not flex for attention. Flex through discipline. Flex through wisdom. Flex through self-control. Because the greatest power you will ever have is the power over yourself. You can also turn and to the left and the right of yourself and know who is existing. It's you. You look in the mirror, who's existing? You. You get every breath you got to work on these things. So you got to get to it. Practice your power. But your power lies in your character. That's the show tonight. I love and I appreciate you guys tuning into the Real List podcast. Keep tuning in. We got other things to do. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna get you another show. I'm gonna get back going, get my shows back, but I'm gonna get back together because but I gotta take care of myself. I was running a little thin now. I was you know. It was cool. But anyway, y'all take care. Be easy. The next episode will be tomorrow. We're gonna do some book shares. We're gonna do some parallels to what's going on in life, what's going on in the current events, also what's going on in the past. So you gotta understand these things have been written about over and over and over again. We're gonna get to it. But today, that's the show. Come on, you gotta say it with me because you know it's your favorite part. The wheel is yours. Be cool, be easy. Flex your real power. Stay tuned. Be easy.